how frustrating is it to hit a good drive, be in the middle of the fairway, pull out that fairway wood and then go ahead and top it. Today, I'm going to share with you real simple concept to help you strike those fairway woods correctly. So very happy with that. And I've actually taken a little scrape of the turf there, a small divot. And that's the first part I want to start on here, is often it's a concept issue with golfers who are trying to sweep the ball too much off the fairway. We actually want a slightly descending blow. We do want the club moving a little bit down, and therefore I want you to get that feeling that we are going to make some ground contact. Ideally, we're going to get ball then ground, or ball ground at a similar time. We don't want that ground to be behind the golf ball, and we're going to get onto that in just a second. But I'm very happy with that. I've taken a little scrape of the turf there, showing that I was a slightly descending blow into the back of the golf ball. So in terms of an exercise, let's start there with what we can do about it. What we're going to focus on is I'm going to put a tee peg into the ground a little bit ahead of the golf ball. And I simply want you to make some small movements, hitting the ball, but also then breaking or hitting that tee peg that is about a club head's width or so ahead of the golf ball. And I'm going to start with a little quarter or half swing here, and then we're going to talk about the movement and what my focus point is with my body. So let's just hit one of these first of all. So I'm going to hit the ball, little half swing, and also try and take that tee peg away. So a low punchy shot there, moved the tee peg that was after the golf ball, but my divot was definitely after contact, and I've just about made contact with the tee. I did make that quite tough because it was a good sort of 5 inches, 4 inches ahead of the golf ball itself. But it's just giving me that feel that I am making some ground contact after the golf ball, getting that descending blow. Now, if we talk about how I'm doing that with my body, I want you to focus and make this very, very simple on 2 areas. I want you to focus on your body rotating, and I want you to focus on that trail arm extending and actually reaching full extension just post impact here of my trail arm. So for me as a right-handed golfer, that's my right arm into impact. Now, if I do those 2 parts correctly, so if I rotating my body, I will also create some extension of my body, and that's what we really need. A lot of golfers are staying down too long, and when their body stays down, it doesn't rotate, the pressure's not going to that lead side, and they tend to fold these arms, because if they reached extension, they'd be hitting way behind the golf ball. So as the body rotates, you can start to see here how my lead side is extending upwards, and that really allows some space and room for that trail arm to extend. As I said, if my body is staying down static too long and I create that extension, the low point is way behind the golf ball. Now, the other thing that is starting to happen here, as my pressure is going to that lead foot, as my body is starting to open, as my arm is starting to extend, is I'm really allowing that full rotation into the finish position. So I'm allowing my head and my chest to keep turning. And that's the feel I want. So I'd actually start with some practice swings. I'm going to do it with no golf ball, really just focusing on my chest opening up and my trail arm extending. And as those things happen, I'm automatically starting to feel that pressure go to that lead side, and my body's starting to straighten into impact. So it's this type of movement that we really want to see. Now, the strange thing here is my body is moving up, yet the club is still moving down. And again, that's a big concept issue with a lot of golfers. Our lowest point of our hands is actually occurring before we hit the golf ball. It's moving then upwards into impact. The reason the club is still moving down is I have to release this angle with my wrists. My wrists are down cocking. So my lowest point of the handle is here. My body is starting to rotate and extend. The club is moving more downwards. And you can hear there I'm making some ground contact. So body rotation, trail arm extending, and that's what I really want to start to feel into impact. So let's hit one. Focus point, rotation of chest, extension of that trail arm. Okay, so again, ball, divot, strike. I really felt like I rotated my body, really felt like I extended that arm, Very, very simple concept, but I know if you can get those two parts correct, the other two things are going to start to happen quite naturally. Focus on that rotation, focus on that extension of the arm, automatically you'll be getting the pressure forwards, automatically we'll be getting that lead side starting to extend, and that's really going to help your quality of strike with your fairway woods. Make sure you never top one again. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you subscribe to my channel, click the little bell icon, it just notifies you every time a new video goes live.